Good morning. Good morning. I think we need more energy in here again today, don't we? All right, here it goes. Stand up if you can. Whew, I just feel better. If it's your first time here, sorry. But this is what we do. All right. Thank you, Roy and Martin Broderick, so much. Beautiful music. Beautiful. Okay, I have a few announcements, and when it gets to be near time, Mariah, would you move the board when it's time? Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, a few announcements coming. Let's see. If you have not come up to light a candle, please feel free to do that anytime. This fourth Sunday, we call Prayers at the Candles so that you can have the chance to use the candle lighting however you would choose, for a prayer for yourself, for the world, for anyone else. There's also a board here. Or for your brand new grandbaby. Your very first grandbaby. There's a board if you'd like to write a name, your own name, someone else's name, an event, a condition, anything you would like to write on the board that Lou will include in her prayer this morning. And the great thing about this, when Lou prays up here with all of us, we are all in prayer with her as she does that. She'll name off these names or these events or whatever is on the board. We all have that in our own consciousness with her. So that's pretty powerful. We offer this every fourth Sunday. So please take advantage of both the candles and the board, and you can write that anytime. Okay. This Wednesday night is the fourth Wednesday. We will have spiritual practice. So we'll get together and do some Tai Chi. This year we are focusing a lot on breath work, on breathing. So we'll do a lot of that, and probably a guided meditation as well. That happens at 7 p.m. Always a love offering for that. Easter is coming up on March 31st, and so choir for Easter starts today, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Yes, so we will be meeting after fellowship today, and for the next, including today, will be 6 weeks. The 7th week will be Easter. You don't have to know about music or about singing or about reading music or anything like that. Just a desire to do it, baby. So that's all there is to it. Next week, as we were discussing, is the annual meeting after church. So we'll meet after the annual meeting. If you can make it, great. If you can't, great. And you might want to bring a sack lunch or something, because it's going to be a while till we get started. So. Right.
So, as he said, next Sunday is our annual meeting, and so everyone is invited to the annual meeting. Only members of the center can vote at anything at the annual meeting, but we will be going over the business of the church, where your dollars have gone in the past year, what our plans are in our budget for the coming year. All of that is covered at the annual meeting. That will happen pretty quickly after the service, so we can get that going and done. And like he said, we are going to have choir practice after that. If you can stay, that would be great. We encourage you to bring a lunch so that you're not, falling over during choir practice. So that'll all happen next week. Also, the Basic Principles of Science of Mind class will be starting Thursday, March 7th. So that's coming up soon. There is a sign-up sheet over here. There is a cost for the class. It's $150, which includes a workbook. But please, 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 as with everything that happens here, if you would like some scholarship money, we always have that available for people if you need that. So please ask if you need that. Do also know, I'm going to say this one more time, that we have places on our core council, actually not this year, but places open up on the core council for service. This class is required for anyone to serve on the core council, and this class will probably only happen once a year. So you have to be a member and you have to have had this class in order to serve on our core council. So just so you heard me say that, I said it. Okay, I think that's all the announcements that I have for this morning. So let's just take a moment here and relax and maybe just shake off our stuff that we came in with or whatever. Let it rest and get into that heart space together so that we can speak our purpose statement together now. As an intentional spiritual community, the purpose of CSL is to be a living environment for individuals to realize that we are all unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody the truth of our oneness with God, and we consciously practice this truth in our everyday life. Through the exploration of new thought, ageless wisdom, and the energy of unconditioned love, we are dedicated to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence in the world.
invite you to join me in this silence as I deeply connect my consciousness with that one power, that one presence. And as I attune myself to this God consciousness, I recognize that we are all a part of this consciousness. And I recognize this indwelling presence as the essence of each and every one of us. It is unconditional love. It is wisdom, intelligence. It is creativity. It is the wholeness and the perfection of creation, the source of all life. And I know that this Spirit is moving in and through each of us as the fullness of our life. And I activate within my consciousness this presence, aligning myself with all the goodness of Spirit that is always available, inherent in my life. And this goodness, this consciousness, this presence is always available in each and everyone's life. And as I feel the source, and I know that's truth for each and everyone here, and each and everyone on the prayer list, I speak my word for each, and everyone, including Jude, Jenny, Sammy, Dina, Christopher, Evan, Maria, Forrest, Ken, Mary, Anya, Shannon, Mark, Estella, Judith, Kay, Angeline, Danny, Ben, Charlene, Christine and Michael, Marilyn, Sabrina, Dale and Linda Smith, Doug Levitz, Mike the second and family, in Winnie, Preston, Clint, Chris, Hazel, Marshall, Brennan, Caitlin, Heather, David, Harold, Jason, GJ and Pops, Marla and Jean, Deb, Bob, Don, Jen and family, Jess and family, everyone, Anna, Zane, Lucy, Blake, Leslie, Betty, Aaron, Kayla. And from this awareness, I affirm that the wholeness of truth is right where each and every one is. That the Spirit is always moving in and through each one, expressing more life, more love, more wholeness and joy. That any fear or obstacles about letting go of anything that does not serve is released, and each and every one moves forward into a more abundant and fulfilling future. I know Spirit is active and present in each situation, that each person is energized and strengthened from within, and that each is open and receptive to a greater expression of this good that is always available, flowing through them in the form of happiness, peace, health, and abundance. We see the divine in all and live actively and express love in all areas of our life. We know, and I declare that new horizons are opening for each, that new ideas are flowing and a better world is being revealed. There is a healing presence within, always available, that is active right now in each and every life. And I bless this service, and I bless each and every one that make it possible. For we are all enfolded in this energy of love. And we are blessed by the message, by the music, by the love of the volunteers, by each and every one that is here shining their light, open and receptive to a greater consciousness of the divine. And I give thanks for all that Spirit is. I give thanks for this knowledge of who we are. I give thanks and gratitude to know that this presence, this essence of who we are, is always available, that is always more good than we can imagine as we open to more and greater good in our lives. So filled with gratitude for all that is, I just release these words into the law, knowing it is already so. It is already happening, being manifest, being revealed right this moment as we let go and declare, and so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Boy, I noticed the spring this morning just popping up all around. So if there is something that's hindering the spring in your heart, please leave your concerns in the prayer chest just down the stairs to the left against the wall. and the practitioner will be doing affirmative prayer on your behalf all week. What is now proved was once only imagined. William Blake. And from Ernest Holmes. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment. And Mark Twain has his take on it. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus.
Thank you, Lou. Awesome. Okay, where are we at here? Oh, that's right. So, we are finishing up this book this week today, Finding Your Way in a Wild New World by Martha Beck. Reclaim your true nature to create the life you want. So Martha Beck, I hadn't read anything of hers before. I'd only heard about her because I ordered a different book to look through, and then I found this one and I just got interested in it. And she holds 3 Harvard degrees in social science. And I know that she's a contributing writer for Oprah's magazine. Oprah has called her one of the smartest women she knows. And so today we're going to finish up with 2 of the sections of the book. So in this book, she developed her ideas from ancient cultures, shamans, and wayfinders. She talks a lot about wayfinding. The whole book goes through some of her, she does some retreats in Africa, and she talks a lot about the African culture and animals in Africa and being on safari and such. So it's pretty interesting in that way. She looked at all of the similarities of these great healers, and then she condensed them into these 4 technologies that she says are like inherent in all of those. They're behind everything that she had studied. And the 4 she calls them 4 technologies of magic, and that's how her book was broken up into. And I thought, well, that works well. Well, I'm cramming the last 2 into this message, so hopefully I've got it so that it makes sense for you. And of course, you can always get the book and read it, right? So these 4 technologies go in order. Okay, so the first one she talks about comes first when you are reclaiming your true nature and creating the life that you want. So her first technology that we talked about is wordlessness. And I really liked that. I hadn't heard that term before, wordlessness. And as I was going through in this book, it was very clear to me that these technologies were following along the principles that we teach here. So I compared this first one, wordlessness, to silence or meditation, or the first step in spiritual mind treatment, which is recognition. So, and recognition is when we get still, silence, we go within our own mind when we meditate, and we relax into that silent space that is beyond our thoughts, to that realm or that field of intelligence that we call God. She says this is always the first step in reclaiming our true nature. Well, it is our first step in spiritual mind treatment as well. Her second technology of magic is oneness. So I would say this is like the second step of spiritual mind treatment that we call unification, where we unify ourselves and everyone and everything with this field of invisible intelligence that we call God. We acknowledge our oneness with all things and all people. The universe is one whole system, and we acknowledge that in our second step. That's what she's talking about in the technology of oneness. And this is always the second step in reclaiming our true nature. It helps us to begin to see the universe as it really is, instead of our stories about it. Okay? So the third technology of magic in her book is imagination. And again, I think this really aligns with spiritual mind treatment, because the next step in that is realization, where we realize that in this field of one, we can use the tool of our mind as an instrument for this intelligence to create in our physical experience. I think Ernest Holmes said that in your quote, right? This instrument or tool is called imagination. And remember, Dr. Edward talked a lot about using our imagination and creating a new life experience in his message earlier this month. So I'd like to share a part of her book where she talks about the right use of imagination. Her chapter on imagination is huge, and I can only pick out certain parts of it. So I'm trying to pick out parts that I thought were really poignant in thinking about imagination. So let's see. I picked out the part that says how not to imagine, right? So she says, a wayfinder's imagination doesn't dominate reality. It feels into oneness, falls in love with what wants to happen, and gives itself to the vision created by that love. So instead of just daydreaming and wishing for things in our imagination, anybody relate to that? I spent a whole lifetime doing that. We were just talking about being a Pisces. I'm a Pisces, so I spend most of my time daydreaming, right? And so I can really relate to that. But the imagination that she's talking about is something different than that. It's something beyond that. She says our imagination should feel into oneness. So what is the feeling of oneness? But love. Love is what bonds us all together as one. So love is that feeling of oneness. So your imagination should feel into love. And we imagine from that place of oneness, or that feeling of love, we imagine what wants to happen for the good of all. And then our imagination gives itself to the vision created by that love. Isn't that beautiful? That feels a little different than just daydreaming about everything I want, right? So I'd like to share a practice that she has in this book called Imagination Liberation. And I've had people come to me before, and they actually thought that they weren't creative, or that they couldn't imagine, or they had no imagination. Can you imagine that? And so she has some exercises and stuff in here to, spark your imagination. And let's get to the right page here, 144. I don't know why I took out my... There you go. Okay. So normally when you would do this exercise, you would do it probably more relaxed and a little slower. But because, we're on a time frame here, I'm going to go through it a little bit quicker, but it'll give you the idea. And then if you want to use it again at home, you can do it again yourself. So I invite you to just get comfortable here. Certainly not worry what is happening around you, or let go of any preconceived ideas you might have, and just relax. Think of a place in your life where you feel a sense of lack, dissatisfaction, or uncertainty. Close your eyes and picture it. By noticing what you don't like about this part of your present reality, clearly imagine a different reality where you'd be more satisfied. Notice and describe this situation in great detail to yourself. If there's fuzzy areas, then just give that situation permission to happen as it wants to happen. It may even do something you might not like. Just give that permission. And fill in the entire scene, including full sensory detail. Hear, smell, taste, touch, and see the new situation. You are now sitting at your destination. Just because it exists only in your imagination doesn't make it unreal. Every real thing humans have created existed first in imagination. Appreciate and enjoy your new, improved life situation. Feel and express gratitude for it. Now open your eyes and go back to living as usual. Let go of your imagined life and keep trying to make things turn out the way your personality thinks they should. But trust that your imagination is working with the situation that you've envisioned. The best possible outcome for you and everyone else who may be involved. And then remain alert. The changes you have imagined are already trying to occur. You'll have opportunities to either allow them in or push them away. Allowing them in may be more frightening than you think. But by staying in wordlessness and oneness, that desire will come to you. So that was just one small little practice that she has in here. She has lots of ideas and lots of things to do. And now I want to read on how to spot success. She says, you'll know you're beginning to work competently with imagination when 3 things happen. Number 1, within you, the nervous scurry of conscious thought will cease. Your emotional attachment to achieving certain outcomes will disappear. Instead, you'll feel a deep, calm sureness that your ultimate goal has already been reached, your true desire satisfied, even if you can't physically see it yet. You'll be completely content with whatever is happening, knowing that it is the perfect set of conditions for the best future that you can imagine. Number 2, she says, around you, signs of guidance will begin to appear. Synchronicities, chance meetings, and information will give you whatever you need to make the imagined thing materially real. People, animals, and things will find their way to you, even fight their way, fight through barriers to offer your help. Many of these meetings will be so improbable that to call them chance seems ridiculous. Yet none of this will surprise you at all. Your imagination will take it for granted because its huge, omnipresent self with a capital S is programming, testing, and running the program that underlies all the events. And number 3, the situations you imagine will occur in physical reality. Don't take my word for it. Believe it when you see it. If you spend a great deal of time imagining reality from within wordless oneness, you may begin to see the world quite differently. You'll begin to realize that the way you once interpreted reality is in fact just another use of imagination. Many ancient wayfinder traditions compare the proper use of imagination not to falling asleep and dreaming, but to awakening from a dream. Isn't that lovely? I like that. She has a very different way of stating things. She's very schooled, obviously. 3 degrees from Harvard, and she taught at Harvard for a long time as well. So she goes much deeper into imagination in this book, of course, giving lots and lots of practices and ideas for using your imagination. So I'd like to cover the last technology of magic today, which is forming. So I'd say that in metaphysics that we call forming a demonstration. We do our spiritual mind treatment and we have a demonstration. The buzzword right now for this is manifesting. You hear a lot about that right now, right? That's a big word. She calls it forming. Essentially, this says that we are capable of accessing that invisible intelligence. And through the instrument of our minds, we can bring into our physical reality that which we have consciously imagined and felt to be truth. This is the same idea as spiritual mind treatment, which is our form of prayer. And it is an integral part of the treatment. An integral part of the treatment is the feeling that what we are treating for is already true. We already have that. We must feel in our imagination that it is done and complete. And the whole process is actually a simple process, and it's complicated at the same time. Because the trick to me is imagining that it is already true when it's not showing up in our reality. Anybody struggle with that? Jesus said, when you pray for something, believe that you have already received it, then it will be yours. So this is what Martha Beck says about forming. Let's see what she says. She says, the first 3 technologies of magic take place in the inner spaces of our perceptions, thoughts, feelings, and dreams. Using them reveals and heals our true nature. We see the truth of our lives in the stillness of the wordless mind. We sense love and connection to others through oneness. We prefigure our desires and picture new solutions with imagination. When all those technologies are used at once, it requires only a slight push to create in 3-dimensional reality the conditions, objects, and events that we've imagined. That gentle push is the 4th technology of magic, the art of forming. Real forming is a process of inviting universal oneness to play with an individual human imagination. This always begins not with intense, grasping focus, but with the non-attachment that comes with wordlessness, suffused with deep acceptance of the present moment. The wayfinder feels for what the one would love to create, then adds imagined ideas born from his or her specific human experience. This marriage of the vast to the particular feels nothing like will. There is no need to make things happen, only a love so overwhelming we forget there was ever anything to need. Forming at full throttle is pure ease. It's the first 3 technologies of magic, plus a joyful, relaxed alternation of rest and play. Isn't that good news? I want to rest and play, right? Anybody? All right. So this sounds a lot like the last step of spiritual mind treatment, which is release, where we let go of any attachment to the outcome and simply just let it be. We allow the universe to take our treatment and work its magic in the realm of the infinite invisible and bring it back to us whole, perfect, and complete. So here's a metaphor that she uses in her book for the process of forming. So let me set this up just a little bit. She has a friend who is a horse whisperer, who uses her skills to teach ordinary people how to break a horse using none of the traditional methods. She teaches people to drop into wordlessness, connect with oneness of all life, including the animal, the horse that she's trying to break, and use our natural energetic connection to imagine what we want. In this case, we want a cooperative horse. And then to attract that trust of the horse so that effortlessly, instead of demanding, we get what we want from the horse. They call this joining up with the horse, joining up. So a person walks into the circular pen when the horse is standing, where the horse is standing. Neither has met the other, and the horse has no training whatsoever. From a short distance, the person encourages the horse to move around the pen for a little while. If the person is calm and holds a clear, imagined intention of the horse moving around, just a clear, imagined intention, then the horse soon begins signaling with ears, lips, head position, and energy, signaling that it feels safe with this person. The person then walks a short distance away, just walks away and stops. And the horse walks up until its nose is near the person's shoulder and stops and waits for further instructions. The horse follows the person everywhere, gently and quietly, with no ropes, whips, chains, or other forms of physical compulsion. She says the horse, you see, is a walking, breathing, living, loving metaphor for anything good you might want to create. More money, satisfying relationships, physical fitness, intellectual breakthroughs, emotional equanimity, healthy ecosystems, really good shoes. All these things respond to the same process and energy that harmonizes the energy of a human with that of an animal. Everything you need or want is waiting to join up with you. Isn't that lovely? I like that. So towards the end of the book, she recaps how to create a life in this world that will benefit you in every way, as well as benefit the world. Let's see, left hand, 236. There was so much in here. But I love this part. So I want to ask, did anybody watch the video that I had, the link that I had sent that we watched on the Wednesday night? I sent a link to a video of Martha Beck's, and it wasn't very long, 8 minutes or something. I encourage you to watch it. That's good. She talks about this at the very end of that video, and I'm going to go into it just a little bit more. The procedure for reclaiming your true nature and finding your way in the wild new world is always the same. Drop into wordlessness, sense your environment and position through oneness, imagine what you want, and form things, situations, objects, relationships, projects, activities that express your unique perspective. There's a pleasingly brief word for this kind of radical creativity. It's a very short word, and the word is art. Your art, as opposed to art in general, is any way your unique true nature expresses itself in the world of form. You can track it by looking for moments in your life when you felt fascinated, lost in the act of creation. Whatever you form in a truly authentic way will be compelling to more people than just you. Because as the psychologist Carl Rogers wrote, what is most personal is most general. Your essence is shared with the one great self, but your unique experience as an individual isn't quite like anything the one has ever seen before. In this wild new world, as never before in all human history, you can find others who love your art, who will support you for creating anything your true nature finds beautiful, informative, nourishing, or healing. There's no solid road to success in today's world, and no two career paths look exactly the same. But the process of tracking your art can be shared, learned, and taught. So she's saying that anything that you do with the deep love and joy of sharing your authentic self is your art. I know that we think of art as just a few things, but it's not. It's what you bring forth from that deep imagination, from that true authentic nature. That's why she wants you to drop into wordlessness, oneness, and then imagine from love. She wants us to find what we authentically love doing and share it for the good of all. It should be so awesome for us that it's like playing and not working. And this is science. She's writing from science. Science is telling us to play, not work. At the very end of her book, she has a chapter called How to Form a Living, and she gives all kinds of ideas for bringing your unique art into the world in a way that will serve your own tribe of people. Everyone has a tribe of people. We're a kind of tribe right here. But every one person has their own tribe of people who need what you have to offer. It will enrich you in every way. And she goes into detail about using our biggest challenges in life to form our art. There are people who need healing, just like us, and need what we have to offer. If it is authentic and real, it can sustain you in this world. Our authentic art must feel so good. It feels like play. You guys can come on. I had in here, I don't know why I took out the... She said, I don't know where I've had it, but she says, in order to be a success in this life, in this brand new world, she's calling awakening of consciousness happening, you have to follow these instructions. Rest until you feel like playing, and play until you feel like resting, and nothing else. That's my kind of book. I like that. So she says, I just had it on my notes here. Yes, rest until you feel like playing, play until you feel like resting, never do anything else. So thanks, Martha Beck. Here's a song.
Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, and the green is shimmering in the summer breeze. Songbirds singing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living. living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Sleeping dreams go deep and bright, sailing through the velvet night, refreshing the soul to the spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Come on, sing it. Living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe, and your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
Okay, as the ushers come forth, this is our time to consciously participate in the law of circulation. So if you're taking your gift in your hand, and just know with me that from the abundance of the universe that I have received, I complete this circle as I give, knowing that giving and receiving are all part of the one complete circle. And our affirmation:
I am rich in health, wealth, peace, and prosperity.
You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
I hold you in my heart.
You are a part of me.
You are a part of me.
You are the face of God.
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 I hold you in my heart.
I hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
You are the face of
You are the
God.
face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
I hold you in my heart.
You are a part of me.
You are a part of me.
You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
And as we share the blessings that we have already received, these blessings go forth, continuing to bless our church, our community, and our world. And so it is.
We are welcoming new people. So, I'm welcoming new people. If you're new, welcome to CSL. I know we have some coffee, refreshments, and great conversation and fellowship going on downstairs. I invite everybody down to do that. The bookstore is open, and I'm not sure if Sally can break away from the grandchild to stay. But if she's down there, that's fine. And if not, then you can find me if there's something in the bookstore you would like to have. David will let us know when it's time for choir practice. I'm not sure when that will be, but be looking out for that. Class is starting soon, so if you would like to take the class, the sign-up sheet is over there. Don't worry about any payment or anything till all that starts. We'll do housekeeping during that class. Also, another reminder about the prayer chest, which is in the lobby. Go down the stairs and to the left, and Lou will take your prayer requests home with her, and she will pray for the whole week for you on your behalf, knowing that your good is already within you. So that's a very powerful service that we get from Lou. So thank you so much, Lou, for that. Okay, I think we are claiming our good now. So we'll look at that. This will change next month. And if you would like all of these affirmations that we've been doing this month, they're on the handout sheet over there, and they'll change starting next month. Here we go all together. God is my source and supply. Form is the body of God. Thought is the master of form. I direct my thoughts towards harmony, and so it is.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm
right place at the right